As someone who's not really a musician, the creativity and virtuosity that go into improvising music just baffle me. In a good way. And this album does exactly that.
I don't know why I look like I've been crying in this video, but I do, but I've not been crying. Okay.
Julian Lage is an American guitarist and composer best known in the jazz world for his virtuosic playing and his improvisational skill. But he's been on my radar for a while, not just for his music, but also for his ridiculously chill vibes. No, really, watch any interview with the man and feel your tension release. From a novice's perspective, his playing and compositions are equally evocative and gorgeous, whether that is as a solo guitarist or playing with a band, as he does here on his new album, Scenes from Above. Across these 9 instrumental tracks, you will hear Lage playing with bassist Jorge Roeder, drummer Kenny Wollison, and most prominently in the mixes here, keys player John Medeski. Medeski primarily uses an organ throughout to ecstatically warm effect, and it adds another layer to Lage's melodies and chord structures that I've not really heard before, although forgive my ignorance, I'm not exactly an expert of Julian Lage's back catalogue, so if I miss something, I apologize. What I love about Scenes from Above is how genuinely relaxed it feels, even on the more frenetic tracks, of which there are a few. There's just a presence that radiates off this thing that feels like someone coming and putting their hand on my shoulder and telling me not to worry about anything ever. And nowhere is that clearer than on the opening track Opal, which forgoes improvisation to unroll gently before you. Lage describes this track as a call to presence for this album, and it's hard not to see why, with its ascending chords and its luscious warmth. It's the most laid-back piece until Nightshade, which puts me right into the jazz bar setting. If I strain my ears, I feel like I can almost hear cutlery clinking and ice moving around in glasses. Medeski's organ gets really rangy and tangled on this one, but in this rather understated way that just is a sight to behold, or a sound. And spare a moment for Storyville, which feels like a time-lapse of flowers blooming out of an undergrowth of bass and percussion. As for the more straight-up improvisational jazz performances, you've got Red Elm, which sees Lage playing along a Middle Eastern-sounding scale and slipping away from your grasp before you get a chance to examine him fully. Meanwhile, Talking Drum gives me a stank face to end all stank faces, these improbable figures allowing the band to come together and come alive as a unit. Julian does a gnarly solo here that just opens up around the 3-minute mark in this really unexpected way. Similarly, Havens absolutely rips. I think it's my favorite thing on here. From its palmed drumming to the melody being introduced by this earthy bass, all the way to the use of acoustic guitar instead of electric. This thing is exuberant, folky jazz brilliance. And it really feels like the band, in the moment of them playing this piece, are as obsessed with it as I am. Scenes from Above is a remarkable album that feels like a much needed tonic for this rather crappy time of year. So go and stick it on and feel your day immediately improve.